Hi Taurus, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Taurus, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they speak to you. With that said, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So if you are a Taurus, especially a Taurus sun, happy damn birthday to you. Welcome to Taurus season. I truly hope that you have an amazing birthday, an amazing solar return. Remember to fill it with a little bit of everything that you want this whole year ahead to have in it for you. And obviously at the end of this year in November, we're going to have an eclipse, the first eclipse in your sign, that will be kicking off that whole sort of energy. So wish hard, right? Make some good intentions over the course of this week, especially if it's your birthday or or your ascendant or your moon sort of degree. With that said, your card for your key to the week card is the Fool card, and I think this is really apt, right? Whenever the sun comes back into our sign, it's like we're being reborn in some way, shape or form. The sun has traveled the whole zodiac over the last year, gathering knowledge and information from all of the different sectors that it's been in, and this is where it infuses you with that new life, new energy, new health, new vibrancy, but it also gives you all of that information and it infuses it into you. Now the question is, Taurus, what are you going to do with it? The Fool card, new things, places, people, energy, new power, synchronicities, moments of really just moments of change, right? And the fact that you have this Fool card here is so apt for the fact that it is your birthday season. Use it wisely and use it well. For your actions and options this week, you have the Seven of Wands. You got to stand your ground this week. There may come a reason for, so usually with the Seven of Wands, it sees us having the high ground, but we have to stand our ground, right? So this week, you are going to have to, I will say this as well, in some way, shape or form, this week you might have to pull rank. It's not something that Taurus likes to do a lot. They tend to kind of just make their point and leave that at that, right? But this week, it does look like you're going to have to kind of step forward and say, no, actually, this is how things are going to be done. This is how things need to move forward. And in a lot of ways, this is going to see you really take in that sort of top dog spot. I actually really like this for you guys. You tend to be really laid back, but this week I feel like it's going to be more stick rather than play. For your communications and conversations, you have the Queen of Wands, right? So this week you are definitely having to set some firm boundaries. I think you may very well have to check someone this week. I mean, I always say this as well. You never ever want to be read by the earth signs or the water signs, right? The water signs will find the chink in your emotional armor and they will hammer it home, right? And that is you done. Whereas the earth signs, they just deal in straight up facts, right? They will just hit you with the truth, and very often quite bluntly so. This week, it does look like you're having to set someone straight or set the record straight in some way, shape or form. For those of you that work for somebody else, this week, you could be having to put someone in their place, even if it is a superior. You know, it looks like there's going to be something said at the office or, you know, via the Zoom or whatever, that you're probably not going to be too happy with, and it looks like you're having to really set a boundary. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, etc., there's kind of this feel behind this where it's not only that you're having to check someone, it's more a case of something to do with your reputation might come up this week, and it's like you may have to say to someone, just because we work together or I've worked for you doesn't mean you get to use my name, doesn't mean that you get to, do you know what I mean? It's like your reputation is being used by somebody else, and I think this week you're going to have to cut or sever that tie. When it comes to those of you that are retired or no longer working for any reason, well, look, right, what you do with your time, your energy, your resources even, is up to you, and that's the way that it should be. So this week, what is it that you are ready to really pull yourself out of or remove from your life so that you can have a better easier experience of it. When it comes to your money and materials, you have the 8 of Wands. Look, this is a lot of fire, right? You've got the 7 there, it's right above the 8. So what do we say here? Usually when it comes to sequences of numbers, this is a masculine energy in the spirit world, somebody that's already passed over, that is trying to make themselves known to you. So if you keep seeing sequences of numbers repeating, this is a message for you. If you keep having a recurring dream, if you keep seeing, you know, if there's a repetitive cycle that's happening at this moment in time, it's coming from a masculine energy that is in the spirit world. They're trying to get a message to you, and that message may very well be about where you have to stand your ground or where you have to speak up. When it comes to your money and materials, your 8 of Wands is great. This is an influx of new business. It's an influx of new ways to make money for those of you that are business owners. It could also be as well for those of you that are looking for different or other work. This could be the week where you get the call back from one of those applications you've put in. Fantastic. And then for your physical health and vitality, this is going to be your hips, your buttocks, your thighs, that whole sort of general area, possibly even a little bit of your lower back as well. Look after that this week, all right? Especially if you are worried about finances and you find that the lower back is really giving you hassle. Fix the vibration of the worry around the money and the challenge with the back will go away. Now, I'm not a medical professional, I can't give you that kind of advice, but think about this from an energetic perspective. And then finally, when it comes to the home and environment, this is new information that's coming in and possibly at a distance. Looks like a phone call of some sort that is going to really not off-foot you, but I think you may realize somewhere either that you've made a mistake in trusting someone or that you do have to put someone or something in their place. The reason I say this is because it looks like it's not just confined to work, it looks like it's coming into the home in some way. And then for those for your love and relations, you have the 4 of Cups. So this is a lot of fire, right? And then you've got this little bit of water that creates a steamy energy. So this week, your partner could, for those of you that are partnered, married, in relationships, your partner could surprise you with something this week. And it looks like it's fun, it's sexy, it's vibrant, it is quite frankly, maybe even a little bit of a surprise to you, you know, maybe even a little bit something fruity. All jokes aside though, this is a wonderful week actually for those of you that are in relationships. And I think a part of this is you are feeling strong, powerful. You're definitely feeling more like yourself than you have in a long time. The sun is in Taurus, right? It makes sense. But I think this is also you and your partner remembering that the relationship is a priority first and foremost. Everything else is an offshoot of that. For those of you that are single, well, look, this week by standing up and roaring or doing what Taurians do and charging forward, that is what's going to be deemed sexy this week, all right? And not only that, you've got Venus in your sign as well, which is always a winner, right? When Venus comes into your sign, it beautifies you. It makes you more appealing to other people. It makes you sound better, look better. This week you are very well received. And in that moment where you have to stand up and roar, do so, because you never know who's watching, and it may very well be somebody that really finds you very attractive. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.